Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Teachings of Joseph. I'm Cindy Edison. So, I wanted to jump in here and address a question that we got on Instagram this morning in response to a quote that I posted there. So, I'm going to read the quote first, and I thought this question was really good. And so, I'll read the quote, and then we'll go on to the question and Joseph's answer. So, we're talking about alignment, right? We talk about alignment a lot, and a lot of people are confused about what we mean by that, understandably so. So I thought this would be a good way maybe to help explain it through this girl's question, woman. I don't know, but I thank her for it, Callie Sorensen. Check out her page, by the way, on Instagram. She's got some nice stuff there. Anyway, okay, so the quote that we posted is this. The ego spews warning signals by way of negative emotion in order to let you know you are not in alignment with your soul and therefore off course. I'll read it again. The ego spews warning signals by way of negative emotion in order to let you know you are not in alignment with your soul and therefore off course. So when you're out of alignment, you are feeling negative emotion of some kind. It could be sadness, pain, jealousy, anger, lonely, whatever it is. Whatever is not love is out of alignment. So we got the question from Callie Sorensen that says, I'm really curious to explore this in and out of alignment deeper. It feels like there is still duality there. How could we ever be off course? How could we ever be truly out of alignment with our soul or being? I love that question. So what she's saying is, if we are part of our soul, how can we be out of alignment with it? So this is what Joseph said, and then I want to talk about it a little bit. I answered, when we, the human aspects of our soul, choose out of alignment thoughts, out of alignment vibrations, we are creating from a space that is not in vibrational agreement with our soul vibration, therefore creating manifestations that are too out of alignment. All emotions that are not love are out of alignment. You have indication by the way you feel. When you are feeling love, joy, peace, and the like, that is indication that you are in alignment with your soul, who communicates with you emotionally, vibrationally. If you are feeling out of alignment emotions, that is your ego aspect communicating emotionally with you, telling you vibrationally that you are choosing thought vibrations that are not in alignment with your soul. When you shift your perspective of the ego aspect from fear to love, who stands in service to your soul in the third dimension, the in and out of alignment choosing becomes very clear and easily spotted. So what we're saying here, again, with the ego, if you have a belief, such as the belief that the ego is bad or evil, and the ego is something outside of yourself, perhaps that is making you do things, making you think things, putting thoughts in your mind, that is a teaching. That is from the third dimension of contrast. It is a teaching that is reflective of the vibration where it was created. Okay? Because it only manifests out of alignment situations and circumstances. Every time something goes wrong, and I'm saying this generally speaking, if you are creating an experience that you're not going to like, we obviously don't do that on purpose, but we do it by default because we are always choosing our vibrations. Moment by moment, we're choosing our vibrations by what we're choosing to think, what we're choosing to focus on. Are you following this? So when you are choosing out of alignment, you are not in vibrational agreement with your soul's vibration of pure love, right? And that's how we have the opportunity to choose that, is in the knowing that we choose that, right? So what she was saying is, how can we be out of alignment if we are our soul? Because we're two different vibrations, right? The soul is in the fifth dimension, we're in the third dimension. Now, when we are in alignment, we are blended. We are the blended being of the collective us, right? So Joseph is part of my soul is part of the collective who call themselves Joseph, right? So it's actually one personality, one non-physical personality. That is my soul. That is part of the seven. There's seven personalities with the Joseph Collective. That's a whole nother podcast in itself. But anyway, so that collective, so that vibration, the fifth dimension, which is where our new human aspect is already, by the way, very exciting. When we are in alignment, we are blended. We have a perfect blending. It's vibrational agreement. And the vibrational agreement manifests the blending, the alignment. Okay? The vibrational agreement of my physical vibration and my non-physical vibration blended is a manifestation, and that manifestation is alignment. So when we're choosing from that space of alignment, that means that we are in the space of all knowing. We have access to the knowing of our soul, the God consciousness within us. But when we are out of alignment, we can't see that. I said to Joseph, I was going through a tough time. And as I've been going through this expansion myself, right along with you guys, I'm doing it with you guys. And I have gone through these periods of, it could be 20 minutes, it could be 3 days, where I'm just pissed and I don't want anything to do with it. I don't believe any of it anymore. And I am off course. Right? And so when I finally calm down a little bit, I'll open up and I start a conversation with Joseph, and I say to them, it doesn't feel like the process. This isn't how the process is. And they said, of course not, Cindy, because you're out of alignment and the process is in alignment. So that's an example of an answer to her question, an experiential answer to her question. You can't see alignment when you're out of alignment. You can't see the light when you're standing in the dark. You have to move into it. You have to move into the space of that vibration. It's vibrational movement is what it is, and it's done by choice. So this question is really good. And I love how Callie really latched on to what we were trying to say here. How can we be off course? What does that mean? It means you're out of alignment. It means you're choosing to create a pathway toward a manifestation that is not in alignment with your soul. So that means that you're not going to feel good about it. It's going to be a struggle, first of all. It's going to be a lot of effort. When people say, no, if it doesn't hurt, then you're not gaining anything, or if it's not difficult, everything in life is difficult. Well, if you are raised with that understanding, if your parents told you, or a teacher or whoever, when we're young, I did, I got it. All work. You got to work really hard, work. It doesn't matter if you enjoy it or not, just do it to make the money. And if you start off with that out of alignment belief, then you will have a life of struggle, because you create that pathway and you walk it the whole time. And the whole time you're saying to yourself, they were right. This is really hard. And that life isn't fun. I'm not having any fun. But this is how I do it. This is how it is. This is how life is. Life is difficult. And then there are those who are raised to believe that they are special and they can do anything they want. All they have to do is choose it. What do you love to do? Well, I don't know. Well, find what you love to do and do that, because that's choosing from the space of alignment. And that means when you're in the space of alignment and creating from the space of alignment, you're creating your reality. And your reality, some would call, is your work. A lot of people work a lot of hours, and it really is so sad to me to see them struggle, and they can't wait for the weekend when they cannot work. I understand that, and I mean, I see it. I have never chosen that, but I see people doing it all the time because they are raised to believe that that's just how it is. And we're saying, no, that's not how it is. But you have to shift your perspective to see the other side. You have to be able to allow the vibration to move you forward into a new perspective. And that's what we're teaching here. Joseph is teaching us the perspective of our new human aspect. The new us will have a perspective which is based on universal law and also has no contrast. So there's no fear there. We have moved out of the darkness. We are moving out and we are experiencing it in the physical right now with everything that started in early 2020 and how it's all played out. And we are seeing clearly the shift of these two vibrations that are no longer in agreement with each other because less and less are choosing the contrast. See, as we go through this split, we have called it the choosing ground. The earth is the choosing ground now because we must become aware of what we're choosing and why we're choosing it and what it will manifest based on the vibration that we're choosing. So some people just like to fight for fear. People want to fight for their belief in fear. I had a comment. Let me see if I can find it while I talk. This was interesting, to say the least. I had a comment on one of my YouTube videos last week. Hold on a second. I have to do this. And normally, if I knew where this was going, I probably would have stayed and remained silent. But I got into it, and I'll tell you what we think about this. Let's see. I'm sorry. Bear with me, please, for a moment. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so Mr. Muller or Ms. Muller, I don't know, says in response to the podcast with Lucas Mack, the Healing Catalyst. That was a fun one. Anyway, so Mr. Muller says, I would like to inform that I also did not believe Satan exists, but I have come back to that after experiencing his spirit during intense spiritual warfare. It's pure darkness and hate, an energy I have never experienced before. And yes, it was external. Become the light and you will understand what I mean. Thank you for this nice talk, though. Love. So he had to slam me in there. Become the light and you will understand what I mean. So I said, okay. I had, in that podcast, I had relayed an experience that I had with what then I believed was the devil. I was pretty deep into the whole Christian thing. When they first knocked on my door, they took me through Christianity for about 3 years. I read the Bible a few times, probably 3 times, tested all the stuff, tested everything they said, and it all came true. And I was in it. And I was seeing the manifestations of it until I didn't anymore. And that's a whole nother story. But within that realm of my 3-year period, I had this experience that I felt, as this guy is describing here, spiritual warfare. Didn't know where it came from. It was awful, and I was scared, and I was trembling. I actually left work and went home in the afternoon and got on my bed and laid in the fetal position, and I was scared and I was trembling. And I heard the audible voice, like 5 times early on in my journey forward. And this was, I believe, the 3rd time. I don't remember, but it was amazing. And those of you who have heard it before, there's no doubting it. Anyway, at that moment, they said, there is no devil and there is no hell. And in that moment, I stopped trembling. I had no fear. It was gone. It was just gone. In that shift in perspective, it was a shift in perspective. A moment before, I believed it existed. The next minute, I didn't. And I knew it. It was a knowing, and it was from the space of alignment, and I could feel it. So I responded to him, and this is what I said. I can relate to what you're saying, as I had an experience too, similar to what you have described here, during the time when my understanding included the devil. It was during that time I was told, there is no devil and there is no hell. I felt immediate relief, as I've described in this video. However, since that experience years ago and my new understanding of the aspects of God, the aspects of the soul, I've come to understand that what I was feeling, the negative energies, the out of alignment aspects of me, everything has changed. The physical experience of moving beyond that out of alignment belief to the new understanding where there is no fear and nothing outside of me that can inject itself into my vibrational experience, the ride has been smooth. When you shift your perspective, everything shifts with it. Thank you for your comment. And I thought it was probably over. Well, he came back and said, no, it was Satan. No doubt about that. And if your spiritual eyes were open, you would see his works all around you. Bless you. So I want to comment on that, but I'll read you my response first. Everybody, no exceptions, experiences everything differently. Your beliefs, your perspectives, and your current understandings shape your experiences. I will offer you this. I hope you continue to seek understanding of who you really are, and for now, your belief in an entity you call Satan is showing. Good luck to you. So what I'm saying, what I was trying to convey to him was the contrast. There was, and then we had a couple more. Oh my God, I didn't know it went on so much. Okay, let me continue. So I said, okay, good luck to you. So he came back and said, realities may be many, but the truth is but one. Blessings. So I responded and said, there is one truth, and that is love. And love reveals itself to everyone in unlimited ways. Expand your awareness. Any belief in something you deem to be evil is out of alignment with your soul. It's time to expand. And he wrote back and said, I believe we live in a world of duality. This is my truth. If you do not agree with me, that's okay. I like expressing my experience just as you do, which is my birthright as long as I do not hurt anybody. Allowing all expressions is also a form of love, regardless if you agree or not. And the last response was from me, and I said, finally, yes, we live in a world of choice. You'll find when you understand that the choice is yours, you will expand your awareness to more. Bravo. So we wrapped it up with a good ending to the circle. It kind of, for me, it went full circle. So what I'm trying to convey to this person is that you can believe, you have a choice to believe anything you want. But if you have a belief that is out of alignment with your soul's vibration, you are holding yourself outside the realm of awareness of your new aspect and the new earth. The new earth and the new aspect does not have a contrasting belief to itself. It sits in love. All the beliefs are of and from love. So you can choose whatever you want. But this tells me, and I'm certainly not judging him, I love the way he worded this, and he was very nice, but firm, just like I am. He was actually kind of fun. So he's telling me I'm allowed to believe what I want to believe. And we say there are no truer words ever spoken. Absolutely. But we're trying to say is that the beliefs that were and are created in the third dimension of contrast that are out of alignment do not go with you. They are holding you back from your advancement into the new human aspect. It has to be that way because there is no agreement in a belief that's out of alignment and in everything and anything that is in alignment. It doesn't happen that way. There's no gray area, let's say. I would say we're in the gray area now, right? We're consciously moving forward. And as we do this on a collective level, which is why the teachings of this consciousness, where Joseph is, where Abraham is, where Seth is, where so many other teachers are, it is the coaxing to move forward collectively, and we do that through focusing on the space of alignment. We don't have to look outside of ourselves for anything to be in the space of alignment. In fact, we can't. We don't find alignment with our soul any place outside of ourselves, which is why there's so much frustration, because we're looking for love in all the wrong places. I know some of you are waiting for me to say that, so it was pretty funny. Anyway, you can't create an in alignment experience choosing out of alignment thoughts and having out of alignment beliefs about it. So, we were chatting the other day, and Joseph said, you're fighting for a belief. When we were discussing this guy, as a matter of fact, he said he's almost like he's fighting for fear. He's fighting for a belief in something that's fearful. Fighting for it. No, this is what it is, and I know where he's coming from because I experienced it. I totally get it. Totally get it. But when they said to me, there is no devil and there is no hell, it was an inside knowing. It was a knowing. And I'm telling you, in that moment, every fear was gone. It was just gone. And that was the first time I experienced alignment, although I didn't know what that was at the time. That came much later. So I'm just saying that, yes, you can choose anything you want. Of course, that's where our free will is, right? Our free will is found in our choosing. But we're choosing vibrations first. Any manifestation, any physical manifestation, is non-physical first, right? Esther refers to this space as the vortex. We just go right for alignment. We're pretty, we're pretty direct. So we just go, and they teach alignment, of course, too. So we're moving into that space where everything is in alignment. Our existence on the new earth will be run by or operates by way of the universal laws. Those are the only laws, and we will refer to them there as universal truths. They're not laws. They're not stopping us from doing anything. They just run. They're just the machine. Let's call it in human words. They're the machine. And this is the way it works. And we're choosing vibrations and we're manifesting. There's no mistakes. There's no judgment. If you believe that you are making mistakes, or if you have made mistakes, this is a big one, because that's all we're taught. Mistake, mistake, mistake. Everything's a mistake. The word mistake is out of alignment, because from the space of alignment, there are no mistakes. There is only choosing and manifestation. And when you come into the awareness that what you're choosing is the vibration that's doing the creating of the manifestation, then you go, oh, I'm in control. I can consciously choose a vibration with which to create what I want to experience. We're doing it anyway, so you might as well choose what you want, right? So we're choosing that. So we choose the space of alignment. We choose alignment. So that was I think those two examples of the difference of awareness and the difference in perspectives of people, right? It's interesting where people's perspectives are, and they're based on their own experiences. Like, I could not have shifted that belief without that experience. In that moment, my belief that I had held forever shifted. And all of a sudden, I don't believe it anymore, because it's not in alignment with my new vibration. When we move into a new realm of vibration, we have new perspectives with which to see and with which to choose. Like, as we move into this fifth dimensional perspective where there is no fear and there is no belief that is of or manifests from the space of fear, There's nothing out of alignment in the space of alignment. There's nothing out of alignment in the space of alignment. So we would say, test it out and use your ego to your benefit the way it is purposed, just like we are purposed. The ego is here to offer you the negative emotions that come with out of alignment choosing. That's what the ego does for you. The ego is not evil, and we are not living on a sinful planet. We have created our collective reality by way of our collective choosing. And when I say collective choosing, I'm saying the dominant vibration of the human collective is out of alignment. And we are experiencing this contrast more and more as we move away from it. Because all the corruption, all the what people refer to as evil, and if I had a different word from my human aspects perspective, it is pure evil. From Joseph's perspective, however, where there is no out of alignment manifestation, the word is not evil, the word is out of alignment. The word is experienced. And the way we move out of that and away from that is by choosing alignment. Choosing to look at these situations that are in front of us now from the space of alignment, which would tell us that what is happening now is necessary for the expansion of the human collective into the fifth dimensional vibration. It is a walk toward love, not away from fear. We are not running from fear. We are moving beyond it. We are walking beyond it. We are walking into the light. Picture yourself walking through a tunnel. It's the light at the end of the tunnel. It is the end of the tunnel. It's the end of the darkness. And we are choosing it. Just because it's sitting there doesn't mean you have to choose it. And we are surrounded by those who are not choosing it, that are fighting for fear, and they're fighting for this evil. Evil, the word evil doesn't fit in the fifth dimension, but it fits really good in the third dimension, right? Because evil is created through out of alignment choosing. Evil is created through out of alignment choosing. And so this takes the emotion out of what's happening now. If you look at it from the Joseph perspective and from the perspective of our new human aspect, you will see that it is an opportunity for individual and collective movement forward. That's how we change this. We move into love. We don't look back. We don't drag other people with us. We example it for them. And the more people who move ahead, the more light there is. But we must shift our perspective and understand alignment and vibration, which is why we're teaching the 7 steps to self-discovery and healing. I'm going to get step 3 up here hopefully in a day or two. I'm sorry for the delay on that. But all of this needs to be understood at this time from the perspective of vibration. Think universal law. Think universal law, and you'll do great. You'll stay in alignment, I hope this helps somebody, and I'm going to have some more of these spontaneous podcasts as we go along here. So send your questions. Love them. Check us out on Instagram at The Teachings of Joseph. I post their quotes every day there a few times. And also subscribe here if you like our content, and we appreciate you. We appreciate you on our plane of consciousness. And we are setting sail every day. We are docking and redocking and setting sail. I don't know, do you dock a sailboat? I guess you do. I don't know. Anyway, welcome aboard, everybody. I'll talk to you soon.